YouTube, what's good? All City Slim here, back with another banger for you guys, man. Before I jump into the video, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the love and support I've been getting so far. If you're joining today's video, you saw the title. I made my version of a popper center build. I had a couple people reach out asking me what my take on a center build would be that could shoot. So I went to the builder, worked on some things, and let me know what you guys think about the build in the comment section. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so. Make sure you turn notifications on, like the video, and let's jump straight into it. Starting off right off the bat, close shots at an 80, right? So we get fast twitch, we're getting finisher, like that fearless finisher, we're getting masher, we're getting pro touch and giant slayer for this build, right? But coming in at an 80, it's pretty solid for a shooting like big, right? Somebody that can actually shoot. 80 is pretty solid, right? So driving layup is going to be sitting at a 70. So we're not really focused too much on the driving layup, but being able to have that option to do so is really, really good, especially on the pick and roll. To be able to finish at the rim is going to be key, right? Driving dunk is at an 80, so we get posterizer, we're getting precision dunker, we're getting a bunch of different badges as far as aerial wizard, bunny, two-step, spin cycle. We're getting a bunch of different badges for this one, right? But this also helps us out combined with that standing dunk. We're able to get the Giannis dunk package. We're able to get the White Howard. We're getting some really good animations off this 80, as well as being able to get some of the animations for the alley-oops as well too. So it's really good. Like I said, standing dunks at 83, so we're getting a lot of silver badges around on this, mainly shooting with this build. So having silver badges is still really, really good. I'm not really worried about post control, but it's sitting at a 40. Mid range is at a 70. So sitting at the free throw line, being able to break down the middle of the zone, being able to catch and shoot at that free throw line, extended area is going to be really, really good at that 70. 3-point shot is at an 80. I'm actually not going to lie. I'm a little jealous, right? This build being 6'10" has a higher 3-point rating than my lock build at 6'7", but 3-point shots at an 80. Free throws at a 77 because I had nowhere else to put the attributes, but we know regardless if you have a 90 free throw or a 65 free throw, the timing is a little weird. So hopefully this next patch that's coming up, they'll be able to fix that. Pass accuracy is at a 70. I would have liked to got it a little higher, but based off the build, based off of how I like to play center, and based off of what I do, you can adjust it accordingly. And let me know in the comment sections if you do decide to change some things around with the build. But coming in with at a 70 for the pass accuracy, you're still able to throw the fast break because I've played around with the build that has 70 pass accuracy, and I can still throw the break. I could still throw passes from corner to corner, from hash to corner, that kind of thing, with a 70. So this build being a center, I'm not going to be throwing too many crazy passes, maybe off of a rebound. I'm kicking directly to my point guard. So 70 pass accuracy is really, really good. We're not worried about ball handle. We're not worried about speed with ball because, again, we are a center. I'm not going to be putting the ball on the floor. That's not my main thing. Or if I do, it's maybe one dribble and going straight up. So not really worried about that. Interior defense is at an 82. So this is where I struggled a little bit because I was trying to decide what I wanted to do with the build. I had made another variant of the build that had a higher interior defense. I think it was at like it's like 92, 93. But I adjusted it down some, thinking about how good a lot of these badges are this year, right? So anchor is really, really good. So having that at gold is really, really good, and it's enough to be able to be a deterrent on the interior, right? Post lockdown over here, right? So we have post lockdown sitting at that silver. It's still a good way to have the badge. I would like to have gotten it a lot higher, but being at silver, I haven't ran into too many bigs that are doing a lot of post moves. Even if you do at a height of 6'10", it's only 2 points, right? I see a lot of people overreact to a center going back to the basket and hitting one or two fades, that kind of thing. If you're playing with a really, really good team and you take your time and make sure that you get your defense set up correctly, if that big happens to do back to the basket, he's doing post hooks or post fades, as long as everybody stays home and doesn't give him another option, it's only 2 points. Then if you have a really, really good point guard like we do in All City Tron, Tron can get a 3-point shot whenever he wants. So regardless if they catch a little lead, we're able to walk them down and take the lead, or if we have a lead, if they're coming down and getting twos and we're getting threes, we're going to extend our lead, right? Perimeter defense is at a 50. That's just because of having to put different attributes up. It's tied to it. So perimeter defense is at a 50, but it's pretty solid. So if I happen to bump and recover, I'm able to do so. Steals at a 30. Not really trying to steal the ball too much, especially when somebody's dribbling. I'm not reaching. And even in getting in passing lanes, I'm able to just get hands up majority of the time. As long as I get in the way of the pass, I'm able to bump it off and be able to get that steal anyway. So not really worried about that too much. Block is at a 92, so how I was mentioning before with Anchor, we also get Chase Down Artists. We're also getting Pogo Stick on gold. So those are really, really good badges to have. Now, this is the point where I can hear the eyebrows, like I mentioned before. Everybody is going to be asking, like, why I only went 60 for offensive rebound, thinking about the way the build is built. This is typically going to be a build that's picking and popping. I'm going to be on the outside for the most part. So if somebody shoots, or even if I shoot, I'm not going to be in the paint to get the rebound anyway. So my offensive rebound only being at a 60. But keeping in mind, I still have Box Out Beast Hall of Fame. So regardless of what the attribute looks like, I have Box Out Beast Hall of Fame. I have Rebound Chaser on gold. So those badges are going to kick in regardless of what the attribute looks like, right? So tying into that, I have defensive rebound at 93. So that's how I'm able to still, even though I have a 60 offensive, I have pretty high badges for defensive rebound. Like I said, with that gold rebound chaser, with the Box Out Beast at Hall of Fame. Being able to do that, I got my speed at 70, accelerations at a 60, right? Strength's at 95. So again, I mentioned it the last 2 times, but Box Out Beast is at Hall of Fame. If I wanted to play around with it, I have Bulldozer at gold, but I'm not really worrying about that badge too much. I have Brick Wall on gold. So being able to have Brick Wall on gold is really, really good to be able to set screens if a point guard needs me to come up and set screens, right? So I have that option to be able to cut and get to the basket, how we talked about the finishing earlier. But I still have a movable enforcer at Hall of Fame. So this is where this build is going to be a little bit of a catfish, because people are going to think, being at 6'10", they might pull up the card and see that I only have a 93 rebound, only have 82 interior defense. But with this badge being able to kick in with Hall of Fame level, people are not going to be able to move me as easy as they think, right? So I might have to go ahead and throw some money on this build and try to figure out how toxic I can get with this build, man. But I'm loving it. Verticals at 80 is going to help us out with the Pogo Stick, Chase Down Artist, as well as for us being able to sky for rebounds. And rounding out the build, we have a 97 for our stamina. Man, if you made it this far in the video, I said it in the beginning, and I'm going to say it again, man, just appreciate the love and support I've been getting. If you could do me a favor, just drop a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. I have a lot more content coming out soon. And share the build with somebody else. Maybe they'll like to make the build. I can see people going down to the park with this build as well too. Again, thank you guys so much for the love and support. Have a blessed day.
Ever since I was a young boy trying to deal with it, even though I'm not feeling it, I had to finish it. Now you know why I be killing it. I just look at the sky, just look in my eyes. The world I see is so innocent. Everything is belligerent. Let's put it into it. Just don't get ignorant. Just be considerate. Flow is delivering.